Sunrise continues at 6:42. President Obama today intends to declare a site in Kunia a National Historic Monument. We're talking about the Honouliuli internment camp. Senator Mazie Hirono joins us here to talk about this a bit.
Good morning, Howard.
You and the other members of the congressional delegation have been working on this for a while.
Yes. In fact, Senators Inouye, Akaka, and when I was in the U.S. House along with Neil, we introduced legislation that would start a resource assessment to assess whether or not the site should be preserved. And so today is an important day when the president declares it as a national monument.
You've been out to the Kunia site?
Yes. I was out there in 2009 and I saw some of the foundations, the walls, and it's an important site because a lot of people in Hawaii, I think, still don't know that there was an internment camp here. Honouliuli will now be part of the string of internment camps, and to really recognize that this was a dark part of our national history, to tell those stories and to provide the resources necessary for this site to be the way it ought to be presented.
Hundreds of American citizens kept there because of their ethnicity for 3 years, and side by side in many cases with prisoners of war.
That's right, from Italy and other places. So it's an important designation, and I want to acknowledge the leadership role of the Japanese Cultural Center. They were the first, I believe, to find this site, and the Japanese American Citizens League here. So we've all worked together, and our congressional delegation will continue to work to make sure that the National Park Service has the resources necessary to preserve, and tell the stories as they should be.
Has this land been lying fallow all this time?
Well, it's owned by a company, and I think that they kind of gave it over to this designation. So it's been a collaborative effort.
Is there much left at the moment apart from foundations?
There's some foundations. There's, as you saw in the clip, there's a wall there, and it's just a series of things being discovered at that site.
You know, once in Philadelphia, I went to the site of Benjamin Franklin's house. Well, Benjamin Franklin's house isn't there anymore. It's just the foundation, and they just put up a couple of girders to give you a sense of the shape of it. And it still made it easier to imagine him living there, and that's what I imagine will be the case here.
So my hope is that the site will be preserved and presented in such a way that people will get the sense of what it must have been like, and to also acknowledge that this dark period of our country's history should never be repeated, but the stories need to be told.
Do we have any idea how long before it can be accessible to the public?
Well, I'll certainly be talking with the administration to, along with the advocates here, the Japanese Cultural Center, the JACL people, and our delegation, and we'll move forward.
All right. Appreciate the update on this. It's Mazie Hirono, your senator, and we'll have more Sunrise for you in a